Hello friends, it's Heidi. It's been a while, but I needed to hop on. I have to do my face anyway, so I'm like, I'm gonna get on because I want to talk about these beauties. If I can open it. I can't open it backwards. Aren't these beautiful? These are called Pressed Pigments, and I will talk more about them in a sec, but if you're hopping on, if you watch this in replay, all that jazz, comment below. Let me know, have you seen anything about the Pressed Pigments, or are these brand spanking new and you're like, what are these things? Just comment below. And then that just lets me know that you're here and you're watching, okay? So I'm going to start out. I always start out with lip oil. I have all the lip oils here. Right now I have two, but I usually have all of them here. But my makeup is packed. I was out of town this last weekend, so some of it's here, some of it's there. So I'm starting out with my Plush Prep Mist. This is the best way to start out your makeup routine, and I've actually changed up just a little bit. So I'm just gonna spritz my face and get it nice and wet, okay? Like, go generous. It's some really good stuff that's caffeinated. It's has hyaluronic acid, if I'm saying that right, one of those acids that really hydrates your face, and caffeine, so it helps to kind of plump. It really preps and primes your face. It is great. People always say, you know, like, your skincare is so important, and this is one way to like take care of your face before you're going to do your makeup. So I spritz a bunch on. Now I used to let it fully dry, and then I realized it actually really helps to blend with our cream products. So you can just go right in. You could let it dry if you want it, but I've just been going right in with my makeup, okay? So right now I'm kind of I'm really light because, you know, it's not summer, not summer yet, but I still have a lot of redness. So I like to go in, thanks to one of my friends that told me we have similar redness and similar coloring. And she said she uses hazel, which is the color I use in the summer. So like it's way too dark, right? However, it really helps with just my redness. So she said that she puts down her hazel just to kind of diminish a little that redness, and it's going to help blend in that redness with my main color. Okay, so I can't use this color all over my face because it would look way too dark, and I'm not that tan. So I just use that hazel. Let me see, can I get in? Whoa, that was a little too close. Okay. So now I can go in with my candlelit. Okay. So this is my main shade. That is actually more what matches my skin tone. And then I can just go in over it and see it's already diminished. Like the redness isn't gone, but it like tamed it a little bit. Okay. So now where is that? Before I do the rest of my highlight, I like to go in with my bronzer and my contour. And I think I'm not actually going to fully contour. I'm going to use this. This is one of our new highlight shades. It's quite warm, so I kind of like it as a bronzer and a contour. We could call it a bronze tour, okay? So this is called Auburn. And I'm just going to go in and just put it around my hairline. So this is going to be like the place where I normally would put it for contour, but I'm going to bring it down even lower, like where my bronzer would normally hit, okay? I kind of been going back and forth. So we have 3 new contours. These are the darkest 2. This one is almost too dark for me. I wasn't loving it for myself. It's called Velvet. I kind of been liking the warmth and using Auburn more. So I'm just going around. Like I said, I'm going to pull it down a little bit farther where I normally would also put my bronzer. So I kind of go in on my forehead a little bit to look like I got a little sun. And I like doing this before I go in with my main shade, so I'm using less product. So I'm going to go in just like where my contour, so I'm stopping right there where my my cheekbone is. I probably went a little too low, but that's okay. We'll fix that up in a little bit. So, and then I'm going in right here. And I'm going to pull it down here as my contour or my bronzer to kind of just even out my skin tone. So just bring it down. So I looked like I got a little sun this weekend because I didn't. Okay, there we go. So now, because like I still have imperfections here and here, now I'm going to go in with my candlelit. Okay, so let's get that candlelit going. Today, I should say this whole week is spring break. I kind of feel like it's a Monday because I was out of town actually through Monday, but today's Tuesday. I didn't really do anything for St. Patrick's Day. Did you guys do anything for St. Patrick's Day? We don't really normally do much for St. Patrick's Day. I don't even think I wore green yesterday. It was travel day for us, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, we were just all in the car together, so my kids don't dare to pinch me. Okay. This last weekend, I was up in Minnesota visiting my sister's family, hung out with them, but then I also had a request for bridal makeup, and so that was super exciting. I haven't actually ever done a full wedding before. I've given out like my contract before and bids kind of thing, I guess, but so I did some bridal practice makeup, and it was so much fun getting to know some of the bridesmaids and the bride, and the groom's mother is the one who asked me. She's a family friend, so there we go. That's just kind of all evened out. I think we're good. Okay, so let's talk about these pressed pigments. So these pressed pigments are called pressed pigments for a few reasons. And I want to be very honest. I don't know if that's the right word. I mean, obviously I'm going to be honest. But a lot of people, I'm going to zoom back out. So these look like eyeshadows, and I'm going to talk like they're eyeshadows pretty much because they look like our eyeshadows. They're matte finish. They are from some very bold, bright colors that we don't even have. And so I'm so glad we're adding these to collections. However, they are not called eyeshadows because, for one thing, they're not all, they're not technically, can't be eyeshadows. I just said a weird accent or something. They can't all technically be called eyeshadows because now, so Seint is international. We are over in the UK. We're in Canada. We've been in Canada, and America, of course. So since we're over in Europe, we have to also follow European standards. And I'm sure everyone knows standards for the beauty industry is different everywhere. Now, I don't know if this is only because of UK or if it's in the United States as well, but there are 3 of these shades. Oh gosh, there's 3 shades in here that are not recommended to use for optical use, if that's optical use, which means you're not supposed to put them by your eyes, okay? It's these 3 colors. I want to say it's called Days Guava. Well, I better check to make sure. I want to make sure you guys know that. Yeah. Days, Guava, and Ladybug. I'm assuming it's more of that reddish tint. So those 3 you are not supposed to use for your eyes. Seint would tell you do not use them by your eyes, okay? And I want to stress that for my customers. They're also very, very saturated and highly pigmented. They're going to stain more than our other eyeshadows. And one awesome thing with that is that you can use them for multiple things and not just eyeshadows. I forgot, I wanted to set my makeup quick. Let me grab my, what brush is this one? Blend brush. I've been using the blend brush for my feather dusting, my feather blotting dust. This is my setting powder. I like using it on my nose and under my eyes a little bit. When I had a bad cold, I had to set my nose because I had to blow my nose, and I was touching my nose more often, and I had to set it somehow. So that has helped from it transferring and losing some color on my nose. So I forgot that I've been doing that a lot lately. There we go. Okay, so let's just have some fun with some of these colors. So yesterday, some of you guys did snag a free one. It was with St. Patrick's Day. They had a deal for this one right here. This one's called Lucky. If you ordered something, anything, it didn't matter, you got a free one of these. So I'm excited for you ladies to have some fun with some green, because green is actually so pretty. And now they do have a deal. You can still get Lucky for free. It's just a different promotion now. So if you buy any 3 of these Pressed Pigments, so any of these 3, if you're like, oh, I really like this one, this one, this one, put 3 in your cart and then you'll get Lucky, or Lucky for free. Okay, so that's kind of fun. So of course, you can use the majority of these for your eyes, and we're going to have some fun with that. But I do want to show you how you can use them also for lips and for your cheeks as well, okay? So I'm trying to figure out what colors I want to do. I know I want to use, oh, this guava is just so pretty, but I feel like I've already used guava before. I want something new for myself. I feel like I need to hold them up so you can see what I'm working with. I kind of want like a bold pink. What is this one? This one's called Everly. Let's just play with Everly today, okay? So this one can be used for your eyes, and maybe I'll save this one for my eyes. I'm going to do Everly. These 2 pinks we're going to use on my eyes, Coral and Everly. And then I do want to show you this guava. So guava is one that you can't use on your eyes, but you can use it on your cheeks and you can use it on your lips, anywhere else, just not by your eyes, okay? So I'm going to grab, I'm going to use this fluffy end of my brush, make sure it's cleaned off. Yep. Okay. So this one is called Guava. I'm going to use this as a blush. Now you could use your cream blush and then set it with a color that looks similar. So depending on what cream you're using, you could set it with one of these. That's going to help just keep that color all day. It's going to make it a little more bold. Or if you're more of a powder girl anyway, go in with just your pressed pigment. Okay, so I'm just going to go in. A little bit goes a long way. You do not need all of this. I'm going to try to tap a little bit off. Maybe I'll put a little bit. Okay, and I'm just going to fluff it on. So pretty. Like that. And you can build this up as much as you want, but just be careful because they are so saturated with color that you don't want to overdo it, okay? I really like the blush and bronzer brush for this because you're not going to go too crazy. When you use a more dense brush, you could end up picking up too much pigment, but I think that looks really nice. Okay, so you can use any of these as a blush, which is so fun. So that one was Guava. Now let's grab, should I do Guava? Let's do Guava as a lip as well, okay? So this one, I already put lip oil on, and that's what I tend to do, the lip oil and then add the pressed pigment. Some people do like to use, if you don't have lip oil, you can also use the balm, if I can find it. Where do I have the balm? Really, you can use any cream. So you could even use a cream, one of your lip and cheek creams. I must not have it with me. That's okay. So I'm going to put just a little bit more. Hello, I see people hopping on. Okay. So this one is our marshmallow lip oil. I put a good amount on, and then I'm going to go in just with my finger. I did recently show a video of myself using the balm. I don't know where I put the balm, but you can use balm and then mix it with any of these again. So this time I'm going to use lip oil. So this is Guava that I already used on my cheeks, and now I'm just going to put it on over the lip oil and create a lipstick. Now, you could add very little balm, very little lip oil, and the more you keep the pressed pigments matte, the longer they're going to stay. I'm such a glossy girl that I have to put gloss with it. But these pressed pigments, because they're so highly saturated in color, they should last longer than our normal normal, all the other products, okay? So now let's do a fun little pink eyeshadow look. My husband and I are hosting some people at our house. It's a couple. Through our church, we do I'm just trying to find a brush. We have been trained to be, what are we called? Marriage couple sponsors, which just means that the couple, they're getting ready to get married. I'm going to go in with Mama. Now, this is just one of our regular eyeshadows. I'm just going to do a light coat down first. So they're getting ready to get married. And so they meet with the priest and they have conversations with him. And then one thing that's really neat, I don't know if it's only our diocese or if this is pretty typical all over the country. I think it's all over the country. I don't know. But they hook you up with a married couple who's been through this training that my husband and I went through. We did this with one other couple last year and it was such a good experience. So we've decided to do it again. But we went through this training and the couple takes they call it like an inventory test. So basically they ask all kinds of questions that talks about like finance. It talks about pets. It talks about, oh my gosh, anything and everything you think about with marriage. Okay. And it asks all kind of questions. They take it individually, and a lot of it's kind of like yes, no, agree, disagree kind of questions. And then they put it in this computer and they see where they did not agree. And that helps us. They give us the report of this. And then we go over where some topics they might need more conversations about to get ready for marriage. And really, we are more there just to like guide the conversations, not even so much to like give our input. We're not like judging them or anything like that, but it's kind of just like a nice way for them to make a connection with a married couple in the church, but then also kind of open up some topics that might be that the church thinks is really crucial to be talking about before you get married. And so it was a really good time. So tonight is our first initial meeting with the couple, and oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. This is like a medium pink. This one's called Coral. I'm really liking that. I'm going to do one more layer, I think. And the initial meeting, we just invite them to come meet us, for us to like all get to meet each other. They can to meet our kids, and we can just kind of learn like their background, learn like, how did they meet? What do they do for a living? That kind of stuff. We don't get into anything deep tonight. We just invite them to dinner at our house. And so I always said that it's a good time like to have the kids there because maybe it might scare them away of having kids right away. Maybe not. I don't know, but my kids are usually pretty well behaved at the dinner table, but I think it's so much fun. I love hosting people at my house. Okay, that one was Coral. Now let's go into this brighter, deeper pink. This one's called Everly. This one would be so pretty on the lips too, I think. Now, I'm using the blur brush, and so I used the fluffy end for that medium colored pink and the light colored pink. Now I'm going in with the more dense end and this was Everly, and I'm tapping it off. Now remember, wherever you place your brush to start with, that's where the highest payoff is. So I want that on the outer corner. So I'm just going to start right there because I don't want it to be too dark anywhere else, just on this outer corner. Ooh, this Everly, ooh, I'm loving her. This is pretty. And then I think I'm going to pick out some sort of shimmer to put on the inner corner. I think that will be pretty. Now there is a new brush that is also released. I've only used it a couple times, but I'm going to show it off today and make it into an eyeliner I think with Everly. Should we do it? I think so. Okay. So you guys will have to let me know if there's certain colors you want to see more of. I have not had time to experiment with all of these colors yet. especially when it's spring break, like I'm home, but I don't always put my makeup on either. So one of the new brushes, the new brush is called Endpoint. Here it is. It's double-ended. However, it is the same brush on both sides, which is different than any of ours. But I am going to actually get it wet. I'm just grabbing our Fixate setting spray and I'm going to spritz it. Hopefully you can see. Okay, I probably got it way too wet. I'm just going to wipe off a little bit. And then I'm going to go into that Everly again. Oh yeah, I think I got it way too wet. No, it's like paint. Why not? Let's just go in for it. Okay. And I'm going to paint it on. Wow, look at that. This really gets it nice and thin. Now, I probably got it way too wet. I need to let this dry. But do you see how fine I can get? Oh, I got sleep in my eye there. Let me see if I can get that out. Do you see how fine of a line I can do? It's literally like painting. I'm loving this. And you could do this with any of the colors, any of these pressed pigments. Honestly, you can do this with any of your products. Remember, all of Seint's products are like super versatile, multi-purpose, pretty. Should we see what it looks like on the upper lash? Let's see. I think this one would be great if you want to do even a wing with a certain color. I feel like I could do a wing. I don't know if I want to play with that since we have guests coming over. There we go. Do you need to get in, honey?
I need to shower, yeah.
Okay. I just have a video going.
I know.
Okay.
That's why I've been holding off.
You can come in. Okay. So I think this brush is great. It already has dried. And I think by using the setting spray and also by using a pressed pigment, it's going to last longer. And I'll have to see how long this lasts. If I feel like that color really holds for all night, I'll let you guys know, okay? If I don't respond, comment below and be like, hey, remember you're going to talk about this? Just remind me. Okay, I feel like we need some sort of sparkle in there. My favorite pink sparkle is, let's see. I don't know where let me grab it. Oh, my eyeshadows are still packed. Hey, I'm doing a video. What's up? Just a little bit longer, okay, honey?
I couldn't watch any video I want to.
There you go.
Battery was down. I was like,
It's enough. Okay. Okay, so grab these eyeshadows. My favorite pink shimmer to go with like a look like this would be Sis or Soulmate. I think I'm gonna go with Sis today. Let me grab Sis. Here we go. This one's so pretty. It's a more packed shimmer. So pretty. And I'm just gonna start kind of in just to the maybe center and then in. And I just kind of pull it out to blend in with some of those other colors. Just so it looks like that. And then on the other side. I found that it is harder because I always use my finger to put on my shimmers. Ever since I got my nails done, I have found it's a little bit harder to apply because they like to jab into my eye. I just need to use both hands, one left hand, one right hand, and then pull it outwards, like so. What do we think of this pink? Isn't this a fun color? I love these bold, bright colors. I think they're gonna be perfect for summer, for spring coming up here. I think I just need to do my mascara and that's it. I think then I gotta go finish cooking my meal. I do love hosting, but of course there's a little prep work with cooking. I'm gonna do my mascara in a little bit though. So I think I'm gonna hop off, you guys. So remember, let me know if you have any questions or certain colors you want to see. Don't forget the promo, the buy 3 of these Pressed Pigments. You get Lucky Pressed Pigment for free. That goes through the end of the month. So March 31st, then it will be done after that. So there we go. Minus no mascara. But thanks for hopping on with me. I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.